Day 30 of the Becoming series, the series where I am reading and studying God's Word in order to become a better husband, father, and leader in my community. Today's chapter focus is Psalms chapter 145, verse 13. Coming from the New King James Version, it says, "Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations." That's the New King James Version. The New International Version, the NIV, says, the Lord is trustworthy in all his promises, in all he promises, and faithful in all he does." And I want to stop right there before I read my Christian Standard Bible. This brings to mind yesterday. I got the news that I will not be receiving a promotion. This is like the second time this year that I won't be receiving a promotion, and it got me reflecting on a time in which I was definitely qualified to get a job, especially over the person who had gotten it. Because at the end of the day, I had trained them. I trained them in order to fulfill that position, which they are. They've been promoted 2 or 3 times since now. And it had me thinking that maybe I wasn't up to par in the things that I was doing, or maybe I needed to self-reflect on some of the things that I was missing out on, as far as like my development. It's a very difficult thing to kind of tell yourself when you think you're good enough to do the job, because I was already doing the job and everybody was loving me supposedly, and oh yeah, we can't wait for you. Are you going to apply? Are you going to apply? And then I get the interview and everything, and nothing comes of it. So it's just difficult at times to step out on faith, and then you realize that maybe that was the wrong step, or maybe God has something different for you. So I just take it in stride with something like that. So that's just a little piece there for you as well, for your encouragement to just trust in God. It's not the end of the world. So not yet, at least. And then it says here in the Christian Standard Bible, it says, "Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Your rule is for all generations. The Lord is faithful in all his words and gracious in all his actions." And this has made me think of that, the gracious in all his actions. So we will not be discouraged about the situation we are in. And then lastly, it says in the study notes, it says, since God's rule will endure forever, God's people ought to proclaim it and urge everyone everywhere to submit to the King. So that's what I call myself doing, submitting to the King. I pray this word was a blessing to you. If it was, please be sure to share it out with someone else. Follow along for more. And remember, in order to be great, you must be great. Lead by example. Y'all have an amazing day. God bless you.